Hey, grade 7s, welcome to lesson 9.1. This is the beginning of chapter 9. We are in unit 2, post-Confederation. The overarching question, the chapter inquiry, I should say, that we are going to be learning in this chapter: how did Canada secure the West and prepare for an influx of immigrants? The chapter concept for chapter 9 is natural resources and history. We'll go through that as well as our vocabulary and a couple other things. So stick around and let's learn something. Okay, this is all about growth in the West. This is chapter 9, part of unit 2, post-Confederation. And in this chapter, we are going to answer the following question: how did Canada secure the West and prepare for a massive influx of immigrants? And that's exactly what happened. There was this massive influx. That's the perfect word. It was a massive influx of immigrants that came through. Our chapter concept this time around is natural resources and history. Our vocabulary: we have natural resources, transcontinental railway, economy, treaties, protective tariff, and diverse economy. So let's start off with natural resources and history. And people have always been using nature. It's nothing new. It's going to continue on forever. In the past, people have used nature by fishing. They've used the land to build their homes. They've used trees, furs, water, oil, minerals, all these kinds of things. We use resources to meet our everyday needs. And I've got a map on here. These are Canada's natural resources, the main resources here. So we've got there's logging here. So there's forests and trees. We've got natural gas. There's wheat. There's oil. There's fish. There's iron ore. So minerals and those types of things. Using the resources can definitely harm our environment, but at the same time, it also creates many jobs for Canadians. So it's a balancing act that we need to do. And the natural resources have been a part of Canada's story forever. This is how people would access their food, because where we live determines, what we are able to grow determines where we live. So the more you can grow, the bigger your populations are going to be. And the resources in Canada's history, this was also the reason why the Europeans were coming over. If you remember from our earlier chapters, they were looking for that Silk Road. They wanted to get a route to Asia. They came across the continent of the Americas, and when they arrived here, they soon switched their focus. Instead of searching for a route or a path to China, they then turned their focus onto trade. And the Canadian landscape is very important. The land itself is very important. People live on the land. You're listening to this, whether you're in a home, in an apartment building, or you've downloaded this episode and you're driving somewhere in the car. The land is important. It provides us with the animals that we need and the plants that we need and the water that we are going to need. And in this chapter, we're going to learn what happened after Canada became a country in 1867. What happened after that? This mass migration that happened from the east to the west to cover the prairie provinces. We're going to find out in this chapter what that migration was all about. All right, I want you to head over to your notebooks and complete the questions for this part of the chapter.